Welcome back to Hardball. Former Trump advisor Roger Stone, who's a self-proclaimed dirty trickster, could be under scrutiny in the Russia investigation, particularly for his August 2016 tweet warning that it would soon be Podesta's time in the barrel. A couple weeks later, Wikileaks published John Podesta's emails. Stone has spent the past year discrediting the probe, of course. Let's watch.
I never had any advanced knowledge of the content, the source, or the exact timing of the WikiLeaks disclosures. I never predicted that John Podesta's emails would be hacked. I predicted that his business activities would come under scrutiny. This entire narrative is based on a false premise from our politicized intelligence agencies that Julian Assange is a Russian agent. No, he isn't. He's a courageous journalist who has an incredible track record for accuracy and authenticity. I'm not involved in any collusion, coordination, or conspiracy with the Russians or anyone else. And there's no evidence to the contrary. I received nothing from WikiLeaks or from the Russians. I passed nothing on to Donald Trump or the Trump campaign. We've been through this ad nauseum. It is a wild goose chase. I think if they bring a case against me, it will be a fabricated case, and there's no circumstances whatsoever, Ed, in which I will testify against the president.
Well, of course, when he came out with that little teaser that John Podesta with the DNC was about to be facing his time in a barrel, in other words, he's going to have his unpleasantness coming upon him. And then, of course, a couple weeks later, all the hacking came out. And then he's tried to be, I think it's kind of cute there, Jason, in his denials. I didn't have an exact time. I didn't do this. If you listen to him, the way he sort of dissembled there, he didn't exact denying that he knew something.
Oh, exactly. I mean, he's just dancing. He's soft-shoeing around everything because if and when he gets dragged in, and he will, and there'll be additional investigations into him, he can say, well, I never said that I didn't know anything. I just said I didn't know at 4:15 p.m. on this particular day.
Like Bill Clinton said, I did not have sexual relations.
Exactly, exactly. I wasn't aware of these kinds of things. And what this speaks to, though, is this all of this dissembling. You know, it's what makes your regular people look at this administration and look at this clown car of people that Trump has brought into the White House and say, why don't any of these people sound honest to me? None of them do.
Well, and there is a real sense that Roger's in some serious legal peril.
I sense that, too.
There is a grand jury that has heard from, not just an interview with Mueller, a grand jury that's been convened who has heard from everyone from Roger's former assistant to his driver to old friends. So obviously, I don't know. I don't think anyone knows what the legal jeopardy could be. And maybe the grand jury will not vote to charge him with anything. But the fact that they have a grand jury who has been interviewing just a number of people all over Roger's universe shows that there is definitely something that investigators are focusing in on, some sort of criminal activity they're focusing in on. And maybe they won't find anything, but there's some jeopardy right now.
It's like driving around in a red sports car past a state trooper, right? You're just inviting being stopped, right?
Well, I think so.
Roger Stone just behaves. He calls himself a dirty trickster. And he dances, he dresses with a Sabo Road or whatever, fancy clothes. He just serenades you with the thing that there's trouble here somewhere, right?
He's been a flamboyant character for decades, and it's not necessarily what they're looking for.
It's a Madras jacket. There's a comeback.
Beautiful. It may have nothing to do with what we're all seeing in all these remarks here. I mean, think about it. This is a guy, he's a regular on Alex Jones. I mean, even more than people typically in the Trump orbit, and he's too explosive, you know, to be brought into the White House or any official role there. But I think even to a greater extent than other officials, he's operating on a whole level of dishonesty. I wouldn't even try to parse the statement.
Anyway, on March 5th, former Trump advisor Sam Nunberg was served with a subpoena from Robert Mueller. Instead of working to produce the documents the special counsel requested, Nunberg spent his day defying Mueller on live cable television, telling reporters he didn't want to cooperate with Mueller as to implicate Roger Stone. He didn't want to get in trouble with Stone. The situation quickly devolved. Let's watch.
I'm not going to cooperate when they want me to when they want me to come into a grand jury for them to insinuate that Roger Stone was colluding with Julian Assange. Roger is my mentor. Roger's like family to me. I'm not going to do it. The president's right. It's a witch hunt. And I'm not going to cooperate. What do I have to spend 80 hours going over my emails? I think it would be really, really funny if they wanted to arrest me because I don't want to spend 80 hours going over emails I had with Steve Bannon and Roger Stone. Trump may have very well done something during the election. I don't know what it is. I could be wrong, by the way. Do you think I would communicate with Carter Page? Carter Page is a scumbag. Carter Page was colluding with the Russians.
I'm not going to jail. Come on. All right. Do you think I'm going to jail?
Well, talking to you, I have smelled alcohol on your breath.
Well, I have not had a drink.
Wow. Well, at the end of the day, Nunberg decided to cooperate with the subpoena. Betsy, lots of showing there, and being accused of having a few pops before airtime. That's new for a while.
It was maybe the Trumpiest 24 hours of cable news when Nunberg took all three networks by storm, basically spent the entire day bouncing from studio to studio to studio, talking about how he wasn't going to comply. But then, thanks to one of the guests on Ari Melber's show, he changed his mind. And within about 48 hours, he was telling Mueller all sorts of information and finding emails and, had sort of cleaned up his act. And what's interesting is that since then, at least based on Roger Stone's Instagram, it appears the two men have had a falling out. Roger Stone recently posted a picture of a pile of excrement and said, revealed a new photo of Sam Nunberg. Not a very charitable thing to put on your Instagram
keep up on Roger Stone's Instagram.
It's part of the job.
Good, guys.
I think Pat Moynihan's been proven right. We're defining deviancy downward. Anyway, coming up, the coffee boy and the pop star.